Hello everyone, today we'll talk about the solution of the problem find missing observations. Now in a problem like this, where we're given an array with some numbers filled in, some numbers that we have to fill in this case with integers between 1 and 6 inclusive, such that the mean is equal to some value that we're given at the beginning, then it's pretty clear what we should do. And what we should do is, in general, try to calculate what the mean of the remaining numbers, of the numbers that we have to fill in, should be. And then we fill in those numbers with about that mean and increase or decrease them such that their mean is exactly what it should be. So the first step and the most important step when thinking about this is how to separate those numbers that we know about with the numbers we don't know about. Now, if we have the count of all the numbers being equal to what we have to add plus the number of rows that we already know, then we know that when we multiply the mean by that count, then this is the total sum of everything that we've got, right? Since the mean of everything that we've got is the sum divided by the length. And so, in particular, the total that we have to create is equal to that minus sum of the rows that we're given. We have to create that total over n different numbers. So we'll create them step by step. So at every step we try to take the total that we have to fill in divided by the remaining number of free slots. Of course, it has to be between 1 and 6. So we use min and max as appropriate. We add it to the result, subtract it from the total, and now we have one fewer free slot. And now, if it is impossible to create that mean, which would mean that we either have to use rows that are smaller than 1 or bigger than 6, we have to return an empty array. And of course, we can just check if the mean times the count of all the rows is the same as the sum of all the rows that we have got, because that is our goal. And at the end, we return the result. So in other words, we can just fill in, and in this case, of course, we'll be filling in with numbers that are first equal to the total divided by the number of free slots rounded down, and then with the same thing rounded up in such a way that the total is exactly what it should be. There are of course other ways of doing that. For instance, we can first take that total divided by n, fill in that number n times, and now we can increase for as long as possible some numbers by 1 until the total is equal to what we need. But all those possibilities are okay, because if it's possible to create those rows such that the final mean is as we're being asked to create it, then we'll find that solution. Otherwise, we'll find that that solution is impossible and return the empty array.